Well, it looks like I've got another snub-nosed revolver on the table for a review. I'm sure you guys have noticed by now, if you watch my channel on a regular basis, I tend to fancy these things for some reason. I just like them. I'll be the first to fully acknowledge that, you know what, there are better options out there in most cases, but and I say that better options than a revolver in a lot of cases, mainly because of the fact that, you know, we all know they make all these little tiny micro double stack 9s nowadays that will get you into a lot more firepower in a package that is smaller. Well, I say smaller, about the same size of this, but, you know, it's nice to have 10, 11, even 12 rounds of 9mm on tap with a striker fired pistol versus 5 rounds of 38. I'll be the first to acknowledge that. But I like a revolver. They served the world well for a lot of years, and my preference is still towards a revolver. That's just me, you know, to each their own. So you must like them too if you're watching this video, and for that I thank you. If you haven't already, please take the time to like, drop a comment in this video. Clicking that like button is really big. That helps push the video up for more views. And subscribe. If you look at my channel, you can see I try to do a lot of reviews like this. Now, I do review other stuff, you know, other outdoorsy, camping, survival, prepper type items, things along the lines of that. But the gun reviews are something that I really like. And I've been doing a lot of gun stuff lately. So here, before too long, I'm going to start doing a few more prepper and just general type videos. But anyway, Taurus 856 Ultralight. Like a lot of you, I've been burned by Taurus before. I actually owned an Ultralight like this before. It was the gray matte stainless version. Bought it new at Academy, brought it home, and I looked in the end of the rifling, and there was a big chatter mark from the machining right down there in the rifling. Boy, that was enough to upset the average Joe. And that kind of ticked me off a little bit, but it was not the Ultralight. And what we're going to do first is just take a couple of nice and slow pans of this revolver. Now, I'll say this. Taurus, you've come a long way in the last few years. You know, back in the 90s and 80s, you actually made some pretty decent guns. And there's their usual sight picture I like to show y'all. And it has a nice kind of a narrow looking front blade. Y'all know that I like that. Back in the 80s and 90s, they made a nice blued steel revolver in 38 and 357, I believe. And those were pretty nice guns. And if you can get your hands on one nowadays, you know, people tend to hold on to those. But we all know that the quality on them kind of went into the crapper for a long time. And their customer service, those of us who have tried to get customer service from them, you can get it. Yep, you can get customer service from them, but it's nothing like if you're dealing with Smith & Wesson or Ruger. You got to wait on hold for a long time. You got to wait for replies. It's just not a good experience. You know what? While we're doing the look at the cylinder, let me get some more light in here. Y'all can see it a little bit better on that. This one I got in trade, and the gentleman told me he has never fired it. He bought it new, and he says that he has never shot this thing, and it doesn't look like it's been fired. Just some scratching, whatnot, from the factory. But what these are, this is targeted mainly, in my opinion, as a carry revolver, concealed carry revolver, or possibly just an everyday carry type revolver, maybe in an outer waistband holster for law enforcement or a bailiff or something along the lines of that. Now, when y'all see this, you immediately think Smith & Wesson J-frame, because they are about the same size as a Smith & Wesson J-frame. Here we have a Smith & Wesson 642. So I get you guys in frame here. You can see. About the same size. Try to get some nice little fancy comparison shots for y'all. Yeah, so obviously they target the 640, the J-frame series. Now, if you line them up just so, you can see that the 856 is ever so slightly bigger. Look at that. Now, one part of that is the 856 does have a 2-inch barrel. In most J-frames, like this 442 or 642 airweight, have a 1 7/8 inch barrel. But hopefully you know this if you're watching this video. If you don't, let me show you the big advantage of the Taurus 856 lines. If you didn't notice before, how many rounds do you count there? 6, right? Well, as we all know, J-frames, 5. You get +1 in this. Now, how much of a difference does that make? It's debatable. To me, though, yeah, I do like the idea of having 1 extra round. So to me, that is the one little niche that this 856 falls into, kind of fills in the market. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, the quality, I'm not going to say that it rivals the Smith & Wesson, but it is a very nice quality revolver. I mean, it's definitely better than, say, RIA, Charter Arms, companies like that. You know, their quality has come a long way. I would love it if Taurus would actually release, and I would gladly pay $100, $150 more, if they would release a version of this, blued steel and walnut. I mean, imagine that, having a revolver, say, for sub, I don't know, these generally sell, I think, for $379-ish, I believe, right now on Gunbroker for the ultralight version. You can get the non-ultralight versions for around $300. I believe I paid $279 for mine, but that was in early 2020, if I remember right, at Academy. But I would gladly pay between $400 and $500 for a beautiful blued steel walnut grip version of this, just like the old Smith & Wesson 36. That would be incredible. Now, ultralight. Well, the normal 856 has a stainless frame through here, whereas the ultralight is actually aluminum frame through here. Now, the cylinder and the barrel are still steel. That's my Arkansas coming out. Now, the shroud right here, that's interesting. I assume this shroud is probably aluminum because it does look like it has a barrel insert in it. I don't know that with 100% certainty, though. But we can check that real quick. Hang on here. I don't know if it's stainless, it will have minimal attraction to a magnet. And this is attracting the magnet. See this? So it is a full steel barrel. But the frame itself, yeah. Magnet, no stick. Cylinder, magnet stick. What difference does it make? Well, let's take a look here. You guys know I like to weigh stuff. Get out my handy dandy high-end Weighmax scale. We'll tare it with my 500 gram weight at 17.6 ounces. Yep, we're there. Let's see what she weighs empty. 15.8. I believe Taurus advertises this at 16 ounces. 15.8 is nice. So that means if you put 5 carry-arounds on this, which I like to carry, y'all know I like to carry these little Underwood wad cutters. See what the total weight we have then is. 18.3. A little heavy for me. Just my taste, though. But I could definitely carry this one. Just for giggles, now to remind you again, 15.8. Let's see what the 642 is coming in at. 14.5. So about 1.3 ounces more. But you do get, this particular one is exposed hammer. Now, of course, Smith makes the 637, which is the same version as the 642, except it does have the exposed hammer, not the internal hammer. So I'm sure this adds a little bit of weight to it, possibly. If I remember right, I think the 637 is a little bit heavier than the 642. But, again, you're getting 6 rounds, folks. So, that's what I wanted to do today, is just show you this little 856 Ultralight. Let me know y'all's opinions on it. I'd be very interested to see what your thoughts are. I was initially planning on trading this off, but after looking at it today and cleaning it up, you can see I've got some fresh ballistol on there, actually. Cleaning it up for the video, I'm kind of, kind of fancying this revolver a little bit, so I may take it out to the range next time I go, put some rounds through it, and we'll see how it shoots. Now, you know, another interesting thing I did note on this, and then I'll shut up and let you guys go. Normally, I think some of the Taurus revolvers put a lock on the back of them right here, right? I don't see a lock on this one. That is interesting to me. And we all know, of course, most J-frames nowadays will have the Smith & Wesson frame lock, commonly called the Hillary hole. But I mean, you can still buy 642s without the lock too, if you prefer that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Maybe there's a lock on here somewhere and it's hidden from me, but I don't think so. I mean, surely you wouldn't have to push out the roll pin and pull the grip to put the lock on it, right? So yeah, they probably have a cable lock that comes in the box with this when they're new. But again, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this little gun. Let me know if you have any questions on it. And thanks for watching my video. Y'all be safe out there. Talk to you soon.